Oh, here we go. Do you see a shift? Okay. John, question for you. Okay, I'll start getting the slides right in the meantime.
Help me understand RBA acronym. Do you mean role-based access? Yeah. That's kind of the guess off the top of my head. But to the actual question, if that is the assumption, do you see a shift over towards role-based access for most practitioners, or is it still better to target individual actions? Again, please let me know if I'm getting that acronym right just off of the guess. But without a doubt, so two sides of this. That is the ideal in my mind is, yeah, okay, can we limit, can we restrict, can we add the, risk-based analytics? Forgive me, I was wrong. I guessed the incorrect acronym. Risk-based analytics. Well, actually, probably, okay, or alerting, any of these options. It's cool because you're all enumerating all these things that we should do. Yes, 1,000%. Those are all things that can help us make better informed decisions, both autonomously via whatever detections that we put together, or, hey, just kind of the decisions that we make on analytics or statistics or metrics. I don't think we really see a shift tactically, like actually happening. That's what we would like, though. That's what we kind of need. I don't think there is a sizable or appreciable shift in that, but I hope this is maybe some good inspiration for us. Maybe this is the call to action and the rallying point that, like, yeah, hey, let's go embrace that. Let's make sure we can get that visibility, that telemetry, etc., so that we can determine what is the real risk and where do we go put our eggs in a basket. Not to say all our eggs in one basket. I know we've got a lot. We got a lot of baskets to worry about, but we can be smart which ones we do first, etc.
Yep. I would add risk-based analytics are good, but I wouldn't rely on them as my sole triage process. I would run them side by side. I would use risk-based alerting as a confidence attribute to existing alerts because it's easy to game risk. Most risk is a calculation of risk over time with a decay rate. So EDRs, large commercial, EDRs, name famous vendor, they do risk-based detection, right? They might change the volume or the aperture of what they collect based on a risk of a process. So what adversaries do typically is they'll do something and then just wait, right? They know that, like, hey, the risk window for this EDR is 15 minutes. So I will run one command and wait 20 minutes and then run my second command. And they'll keep the risk low doing that. So an adversary who is testing against you, who is aware of how you calculate risk, or if you're using a commercial product that has it natively baked in, they know how to go low and slow to get past those things, right? So that's why you can't rely on risk solely. You still need behavioral detections. And, in the example I gave, that was a singular event. But you need to have multiple singular events that you can string together to make behavioral detections, right? So that was the foundational layer of, we're going to write some detections. The next phase would be, how do I chain some of these together into common behaviors? And then if you have risk overlaid with individual actions on a host or a user account to say, like, hey, this user is being really risky, and here's the things that they've been doing, that's a winning approach right there if you're combining the two. Because you don't want to solely rely on risk, because you can game it. And if you didn't have a decay rate, eventually everything would just be high risk. And then you're now just needle in a pile of needles again.
Don't want to be that.
No.
Cool. Hope you didn't mind me also fiddling with the slides in the background while you guys were talking. I only have one monitor still set up. I haven't actually set up my home area yet, so I can't do full screen or else it's going to look really weird and then I can't see anything. So you will see some toolbar action over there. I apologize. But this is it, gentlemen, John, Greg, and everyone in chat, all of our viewers. There's quite a few of you, attendees, passerby. Day 3. This is it. This is the end of the never-ending conference right now. We're gonna have to find a better way to just like sling that. Yeah, it's technically the end of the live stream, but it's not the end of the conference. Okay, So day 3, end of day review. Let's I guess have some slides up over here. I guess, what did you think? Did you like it? I liked it. Greg, John, did you like it? I hope so.
Hey, that's a question for chat. You know, I'm listening in. I'm wondering, what did you all think?
Yes,
Not
tell
us
us.
as the 3 floating faces on your screen, but hey, everyone that was able to tune in, thank you, thank you, thank you, seriously, for being a part of the party. I'm going to be honest, you know, this was sort of a pilot for us. This was a first-time experiment, so we need that input. Was this good? Was this bad? Was this ugly? Give us that honest truth. But I'm really hoping, I'm really crossing my fingers that, hey, this kind of was a home run. I think we got a huge array of workshops, presentations, and concepts, and I, for one, loved it.
I'm fully on board with all of that. I concur and I echo. Yeah, chat, seriously. So 3 of us, John and I were kind of chatting about it in day 1, actually, before Greg was hopping over on day 2 with us. But yeah, like, we had some crazy ideas. We wanted to make a con something different, something more valuable, useful. And some of the things that we noticed, right, was just not having the ability to have enough practical content when you go to a conference. So we kind of got over here. So hopefully, so used to seeing John in his studio lab. This is, yeah.
Just people are happy to see John touching grass, man, getting away from the keyboard.
Well, there
or at
you
least
go.
bringing the keyboard outside.
Yeah, still on keyboard, but
getting the vitamin D while using the keyboard. So
as long as the conference keeps unrolling, you know, you'll see our backgrounds rotate. All of us at some point go through some different seasons. But cool. This was your first con for CTF. The entire experience was incredible. Awesome. Okay, so the CTF scoreboard. Let me go take a look at that as well, too, in the meantime. Let me pull it up on another tab first so I don't go and share something I'm not supposed to share. Let's put that over there. Let's take a look. Let's see how we're doing. So the CTF has actually been extended to the end of day today, which is technically 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, competitively speaking. So you can still do the CTF for as long as you'd want after that. But in terms of getting prizes and the competition of it all, which we can see is in serious action over here, that ends tonight, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. So it's been a bit of a neck and neck over there. Jerome, Bank, G-Tanch, Miko, James J, Jordan, Gabriel, Samuel, Andrew Crowdy, and W Flatto. So as you can see, crazy action at first, and we've got this last leg of the race going on over here. People are really trying to push themselves up to the top. Can Bank take out Jerome? I guess we're going to find out. Or is Jerome going to take the place? I don't know. But a lot of action, CTF. Please keep going at it. There's a lot of chat going on over there inside of the Discord in terms of who's doing what and what they're finding hard and who's banging their heads on what challenge. So I want to keep hearing more of that. And I don't apologize for those impossible challenges. That's my own little punishment. Okay. So that's CTF. Please keep at it. Feedback form. We're going to ship out a feedback form inside of Discord and email. So to all of these attendees, you will get a link to go and fill out. It's just a Google form, and we're going to get that sent out to you soon, probably later today, if not tomorrow morning latest, but probably later today. Just asking your experience. So like, kind of like what John was saying, right? We're happy about it. It sounds good, but we can always improve. We can definitely do better. We can do more. We made this for all of you. We want you to enjoy this. This is a con for what people are saying they wanted, or at least we thought. But doesn't mean that we did it perfectly. So tell us what we can do to improve. Let's hear it.
And if I can help inspire a couple of those, like genuinely, literally constructive criticisms and critique.
Yeah.
This is where we optimize. This is where we can fine tune, because I think the bones are there. I've heard everyone say, hey, great things. I love the premise. I love the idea and the concept of ContinuumCon, but I'd also really love, hey, maybe a little bit more guidance. Which of these workshops are more beginner friendly? Which of these are intermediate? Which of these are advanced? What about that live stream? Hey, any of the hiccups that we get from screen share back and forth? Oh, can we get the text bigger? Hey, things like background flag, noise, etc. This is where we optimize. So please give us those things that get us, maybe if we're microseconds away from the finish line at the Olympics or whatever. It's all about that second delta. What are the tiny tweaks we can do to improve? Please give us that stuff. Super tactical here. That's what we love.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'd like to say we got a few comments about people looking for more introductory content or more red team content and things like that. You know, I think a few of you know who John is. I don't, you know, I totally expect nobody really knows who Anthony and I are, and that's fine. John can't. I'm surprised John hasn't been badgered by people out by the pool, but getting the word out. If you would be so kind, if you enjoyed this and shared the word, that's how we get more speakers, right? People knowing about this conference, the quality of what we're trying to do, the mission of what we're trying to do, just helps us find that talent who wants to bring it here. And I will add, you can be that talent, right? If you want introductory content, reach out to us. Say, I'd really like this. We have content we could get you trained upon. We can kick you some stuff that you can learn with. Turn around and take your knowledge and share it with others through this conference. Build some bona fides, right? With hey, I presented at a conference on your resume, right? This is where you could do that. So whether you're new, intermediate, advanced, if you liked it, participate, right? You don't always have to be an observer. We do have speakers who are live, but then we also have a lot of async or on-demand content, right? You're like, hey, I feel nervous about talking, you know, to potentially hundreds, thousands of people. Totally understand that. Go build an on-demand workshop. Record a video of yourself doing it. We could help you edit the video and get it presented. We're happy to help look at your content and give feedback and tweak it. You know, we have folks on our side helping build the VMs for workshop folks. So again, that's a whole long statement to say, you know, if you like it, participate. If you didn't like it, even more reason to participate. Show us how we're doing wrong by showing us up. Do a better workshop than I did. That's your call to action.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
and
do it, right? Yeah.
As Greg was saying, right, additional workshops. So some of these workshops that were submitted, right, like we have, like, I'm just going to highlight Jordan Westfall over there real quick. You know, he's one of our former students. He's still kind of new to the field and such, but he made a really great workshop. We thought it'd be awesome to add to the roster. Nothing's stopping you. So this is a great area because this is the conference that never ends. We can plug even a bunch of extra workshops here after the fact. So if you're still thinking about something, you know, we could actually still even get a couple workshops tossed inside of this conference, as well as some late additions. If you think you can build something in the next month or so, why not? Ship it over to us. We'll see if we can get inside the conference, and then you can put that on your resume, share it around on LinkedIn, post it around his socials, get some notoriety and repetition. Well, repetition and reputation at the same time, I should say. So that's what I was really trying to get across. But yeah, get that out there. I think it'll be good for you, good for the community, and fully agree and echo everything Greg and John have been saying as well too. Cool. So let me zoom back as well. That's the feedback form. Next, we want to see you in Discord. So the ContinuumCon Discord is not going away. It's going to stay up. As you saw in Greg's presentation right there, he wants to see your detection rules. So go ahead and write them. Get some feedback directly from Greg. I think you can see in the other channels as well too. There are plenty of other workshop instructors over there that are interacting and engaging with you. We're still around. We would love to hear what people are thinking about maybe a month or two down the line after you've been messing around with the content. Tell us more. You know, like, was it good that you had workshop access for another several weeks of your life? Like, that's what we want to hear, right? So please reach out to us in Discord, and we're going to definitely be polling and asking questions in that ContinuumCon Discord, and then get ready for 2026 edition and such. So that place will persist, and then you can catch the workshop recordings that are going to be coming up real soon. I don't like this slide, but we had to get to it at some point. From my end, thank you everyone for trusting and believing in us, that we had some kind of an idea that you felt was worth your time and your presence and your hard-earned money to come and attend. And also, if you were just passing by and you want to spend some time with us as well too, it's a huge thank you to all of you, all the viewers, everyone in chat. Workshop instructors, I want to give a big shout out as well too. Y'all had no idea what we were doing, and it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, maybe in some ways, for you to kind of put something together. And this was a lot of volunteer work for these instructors. You know, like, they put this together and they went out of their way, and I really want to give them some praise, because I think these workshops were incredible. I wish I had these resources once upon a time, and the fact that you can get it so accessible, y'all made it work. Like these instructors made the conference also a huge reality come to life. So big thank you to all of you. And John, Greg, thanks for doing this with me as well too. Big thanks to you guys. So we kind of want to share that as well.
Anytime, man. I'm updating my writer, and my fees are going to double for next year, though. So just be ready.
That's right.
ContinuumCon 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We'll
I feel confident saying it's going to happen. Yeah, we're going to do it.
So,
alrighty. Then we'll see you all then. We'll see you all next year. But it doesn't end. While the live stream ends, the conference doesn't. See you in Discord, see you in the workshops. But thank you all for being there. I think we can tune out, my friends.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's really it. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut over to a little thank you screen. Goes right over here. Our cams are going to start to fade away. Had a blast. Have a good rest of your week. And time in Discord. We'll see you then, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.